Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Purushottama Vidya, Purushottama Yogam. Sloka 20, Part 2. Iti guhya-tamaṁ śāstram idam uktaṁ mayānagha etad buddhvā buddhimān syāt kṛta-kṛtyaś bhārata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection. We learned in our previous session that this sloka is not a repetition of 19. Rather, 19 is more common and 20 is more specific. This knowledge is rare and esteemed because it speaks about Purushottama, the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And such a guhya-tamaṁ, the best of all secret, is being told to Arjuna because he is mayānagha, faultless. And this was told by the Lord himself, Maya. Any knowledge besides the knowledge of Purushottama does not consider to be the true knowledge. Therefore, this śāstram, which is most secret, has been revealed to us through Arjuna. We must become a worthy recipient of this śāstram. And Krishna says, one who understands this, one becomes knowledgeable in the ways of worship, and as one who has fulfilled all that have to be done to attain the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. It is said in Svetesvatara Upanishad, Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit, yasmat nanyo na jayo asti kaschit, vriksha iva stabdo divitistaktyekastenadam purnam purushena sarvam. That is, yasmat param na paramasti kinchit. There is no truth superior to that supreme person, because yasmat nanyo na jayo asti kaschit. He is the supermost, and there is no one else who is superior to him. He is smaller than the smallest, and he is greater than the greatest. Such a Lord is vriksha iva sabda divi tistadyeka tenadam purnam purushena sarvam. He is rooted in the spiritual world, Sri Vaikuntha. He is rooted like a tree, one without a second, being situated over there, immovable, but he is spread all over the universe. He fills the entire universe. The way he spreads is of two types. One is, he spreads everywhere like Akasha, the sky. As we already saw, he is also Atma, but not like Jivatma. Jivatma is Anu, minute, and the Supreme Lord Atma, Paramatma, Param Atma, is supreme, he is Vibhu, he is biggest. And number two, not just like Akasha, which spreads everywhere, but also he is situated within each and every living entity as small as possible. So he is Vibhu, spread everywhere, and he is small, of smallest, being situated in everyone's heart. When we say situated in the heart, there is a body, and within the body, Atma is present, the Jivatma is present, and within that Jivatma, Paramatma is present. Then we can imagine how minute that Paramatma must be, and how big if he spread everywhere. The Akasha can only spread within this universe, but the Lord is not limited like Akasha. This is just an example given to us to understand how He spreads everywhere. But that Akasha, which we considered as limitless, is also part of the Supreme Lord. That means He spread above and beyond that Akasha as well. And He is also present in each and everyone's heart. Though He is situated within everyone, that is, within the Jivatma, we may think it will be very difficult for Him to be concised within Jivatma. But it is said He is happily present over there. He is of same nature. He can perform anything and everything, being Paramatma within the Jivatma. With whatever we have learned so far, we understand that the Lord is the cause of the universe. In the previous session, we also saw a couple of examples. One is the spider and web, and the other one is peacock and its plumage. Likewise, a portion of the Lord expands and contracts. Therefore, He is Upadana Karana. Since He is the one who makes the decision for creation and destruction, therefore He is Nimitta Karana. Such a Lord, who is Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana, is also Sahakari Karana, because He has the Jnana Bhala Aishwarya Shakti Virya Tejas, which are needed for creation and destruction. That means He doesn't need another tool. He doesn't need another person for creation or destruction or maintenance. He does everything by Himself. Such a Lord is Purushottama, who is greater than any Purusha, and the Lord who doesn't have anyone who's equal to Him or greater than Him. No one has any qualification to be considered as Purushottama other than Sri Krishna Himself, because He is Akila Heya Pratyanika Kalyanaika Thana Svetara Samasta Vastu Vilakshana Ananta Jnananandaika Swarupa. He is Jagat Karana. Now the question comes, if Krishna is Purushottama who doesn't have anyone equal, there is no second person like Him, who doesn't have anyone greater than Him, then why in Chandogya Upanishad it says Yesha Setur Vidritihi? The Lord is a bridge, a support. When we say bridge, then bridge is not the destination for us. It is a means by which we can attain a destination. Whereas this Upanishad says Setu. Setu means bridge. So if the Lord is a bridge, then how can He be supreme? Because He is a bridge, a means to attain someone else, something else, which is superior to the Lord Himself, who is just a bridge. So this is the objection raised. But this is very nicely addressed by Vedavyas in Brahma Sutra under the Paradikaranam section. There he says, Paramatah setu unmana sambandha Veda Vyapadeshabhyaha. What he says here is Brahman, the absolute truth, is Setu for sure. But the Setu has different meaning. The context of Setu here is not bridge but a dam. The dam separates water from getting mixed with the land. Likewise, the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Lord, that is Purushottama, Sri Krishna, is like a dam. He upholds the universe with each of its entity in its orbit, in its respective place, without getting mixed with the other. The Swargaloka does not hit the Bhuvarloka. The Bhuloka does not hit the Atala. They all stay in their respective orbit. That is done by the Lord being as a dam between them. Therefore, he is setu, a dam. When we say a dam, then it is measurable. Does it mean we can measure the Lord, which means he is limited? Certainly not. But that immeasurable Lord becomes measurable for our meditation. For example, in past we learned that this Prakriti is 1/4 of Lord's property and the spiritual world is 3/4. But that does not mean that this number 1/4 and 3/4 is absolute. It is exactly 1/4 when compared to the spiritual world, which is 3/4. And the spiritual world is 3 times when it compares to the material world. That's not the idea. The reason behind these numbers 1/4 and 3/4 is to give us an idea that how big the spiritual world is compared to the material world. Otherwise, both the Prakriti and the spiritual world are unlimited. But compared to the Prakriti, the spiritual world is bigger in infinity. Similarly, the Lord who is immeasurable becomes measurable for our meditation. Brahman is said to be limited only so that we can meditate upon him. Therefore, from Brahma Sutra, we understand that the term setu is dam, not bridge. Another way to see this, that the Lord himself is the mean and goal. In the world where we are, the means and goals are two different things. If I want to buy an apple, then I need to have money. So the money becomes the mean to attain apple. Whereas if one wants to attain the Lord, attain moksha, the mean is also the Lord. It is through him we attain him. Therefore, there is no one else who is superior than the Lord. It is the Lord himself, without a second. Therefore, it is Krishna alone, who is supreme. And this is what Krishna also confirmed by his own lotus mouth in 7th chapter, 7th sloka. Matha paratram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sudre manigana iva. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So that completes the response to the question that is there anyone superior to the Lord? Because the Upanishad says that he is like a bridge. The response is no, he is like a dam, not like a bridge, who separates the entities from getting mixed, and he upholds everything in its respective orbit. So there is no one else superior. He is the mean and he is the goal to be attained. The next question comes, if he is supreme, he is the one to be worshipped, and he is the one who gives what we need, then why the scriptures mentions various Vedic rituals which are being performed, and by performing, those devatas who are pleased are the one who is giving the results of their action? If that is the case, then how can we say that he is the one who is worshipped by all the Vedic rituals? We'll learn the answer in our next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.